Welcome back, geometry students. We're going to be working on problem number 3 from the study guide. It says, here is the here is an equation of a circle, x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 20y plus 105 is equal to 0. Find the center and the radius. Well, first of all, if I look at this equation, I can see that my x's and y y's are totally mixed and matched. I want to separate them, keep them together. So let's say I have x squared minus 6x, because I want to put x's with x's and y's with y's. There's no more x's, no there is not, plus y squared minus minus 20y is equal to, plus 105. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So there we go. I rearranged my equation. Now I'm going to go ahead and take minus 105 on both sides, minus 105. And then from there, I want to go ahead and my 105s get canceled out. I get x squared minus 6x. I'm going to draw a little gap here, plus y squared minus 20y. I'm going to draw another little gap there, is equal to negative 105. So I want to figure out what am I missing here in this value here for x and in this value here for y. I want to know what those missing values are. I'm going to have to complete the square. So if you remember, we have a formula for completing a square, which is b divided by 2 is equal to that number squared. Okay? So if I go ahead and take 6 divided by 2, or in this case it's a negative 6, right? Because it's a negative in front of the 6x, is equal to negative 3. I square the 3 and I get 9. So I'm going to get a plus 9 right here. For the other one, it's going to be negative 20 divided by 2 is equal to negative 10. I square that value and I get 100. Well, positive 100. So I'm going to write plus 100. Okay. Whatever I add to one side, I have to add to the other. So I added the plus 9 and I added the plus 100. So that means I have to also add plus 100 and then plus 9 to my right side. Okay? So negative 105 plus 100 plus 9, that's 109. So 109 minus 105, that gives me positive 4. So it's positive 4 here. And I get x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared minus 20y plus 100 is equal to 4, okay? So I rewrote it over here on this side, okay? So now, what I want to do next, I want to go ahead and use the x method to simplify these and make them look like they're in factored form, okay? So if I do the x method for this one, I get that 9 goes on top, negative 6 goes on bottom, 100 goes on top, negative 20 goes on bottom. I'm going to ask myself this question: what two numbers when multiplied give me 9, but when added give me negative 6? So in this case, I get 3 and 3. 3 times 3 gives me 9, but 3 plus 3 does not give me negative 6. 3 times 3 gives me, if I make them both negative, negative 3 times negative 3 gives me positive 9, and negative 3 plus negative 3 gives me negative 6. So that works. So this is going to be x minus 3 squared. Don't forget to bring down your plus sign, which is plus. Well, 10 times 10 gives me 100. I'm going to make these both negative. Let's see, negative 10 times negative 10, that gives me positive 100. Negative 10 plus negative 10 gives you negative 20. So it's going to be x, oh, sorry, not x, y minus 10 squared is equal to 4. Okay, now I can write out the center and the radius. So the center is going to be whatever is the opposite inside the parentheses. So it's going to be 3 comma 10, while the radius, does this value here have a squared? The answer is no, it does not. So I have to take that 4 and take the square root of it, and I get 2, so that the radius is now 2, okay? And here is the center and the radius for this problem, okay? Any questions, let me know. I will be happy to answer any of the questions from the study guide today during class. Other than that, that is it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.